This was the scene in London's Leicester Square on the evening chosen for the greatest event in the cinema year. The film selected for the royal performance was The Battle of the River Plate. One of the earliest arrivals was Marilyn Monroe and her husband, Arthur Miller. Next, the crowd gave a warm welcome to the British stars. John Gregson plays the part of Captain Bell in this picture of naval battle. Marilyn Monroe. Anthony Quayle.
Howard Hughes had just had his aeroplane accident, remember? And he sent for them, and I went to 20th, where Ben Lyon was head of casting. And didn't I tell you that?
No.
Well, he came out. There was a long waiting on these hard benches. We were sitting out. People of all ages and sizes and everything. He came out, he says, "Who is this girl?" So he said, "I look so fresh and young," and I don't know what all. He was very enthusiastic. I mean, he said, he says, you had high hopes for me. Well, they made a Technicolor test the following day, which was unusual, but they sort of sneaked it in. All of them got together in the talent department, and they put me under contract, under stock contract, for a year, and then I was dropped. And then I was hired at Columbia. Then when I was hired back after the Asphalt Jungle, to 20th Century Fox, Zanuck said, "I understand you used to be here." I said, "That's right." "Well, things are quite different now." I said, and he said I had a three-dimensional quality having to do with sex. He says, quite reminiscent of Harlow. And it was interesting since Ben Lyon had been saying that.
Ben Lyon?
Oh, yes. Yeah. Because, I wanted my mother's maiden name because I felt that rightfully was my name. I couldn't take my father's name very well. So I wanted at least something that was related. So I said, I want the name Monroe, which was my mother's maiden name. And the true things rarely get into circulation. It's usually the false things. Yes, that's what she claimed. But as a friend of my husband says, he was one of our lesser presidents. Truly, I was at the Hollywood Studio Club, although they say that I wasn't. I was. I know. It was me. It happened to. Was I? Was me. Was I. It was all true. I was behind in the rent, and they usually let you get about a week behind in the rent. And since, they write me and they say, "You're the only one who doesn't support this wonderful, wonderful. It's not so wonderful unless you're working and paying your rent." Tom Kelly had asked me, I had done some beer ads for beer for him, and he had asked me to pose nude. Actually, I'd be in a bathing suit or something like that. So he asked me to pose nude, and his wife, Natalie Kelly, she'd be in the dressing room, and I'd be getting dressed and changing, so she said to him, probably, she ought to do nudes or something. And then sometimes other photographers, Willinger had asked me, we won't put his name on it, had asked me, and I would say, I don't do, I'm sorry. And one time, Andre Dienes, I went on an interview, and he said, "So you do nudes?" I said, "No, I don't do nudes, never." So I always went around saying never. And then I got so far behind the rent, 4 weeks, and I was in debt and everything. So I called up and I said, "Are you sure they won't recognize?" He said, "I promise. I says, well, if it's at night and you don't have any helpers, you know, to put the lights in. I said, I don't know. I said, I'm shy and I don't want to expose myself to, you know, all the people you have. Then I said, and at night. He said, all right, just Natalie and myself. So we did it. And that's all. He just spread out some red velvet and had me lie down on the red velvet. I thought, you know, they'd put some kind of lotion on you or something. Nothing, just, you know. It was very simple and drafty.